Alright, let's try that again. Welcome back, everyone, to another Game Dev Daily. I'm just realizing that I totally zoned out. I've been just chilling the last 10 minutes or so, and I haven't pulled up literally anything for the stream. I think I started the music, I kicked it off, and I was like, yep, and now I'm just gonna think about things for a long time and do nothing else. So let me just kick up Unity. My PC is absolutely going nuts. We starting up? Looks like we're starting up. Alright. What is today's Game Dev Daily number 28, and it is February the 12th, and it is a very special edition of the daily because it is currently 9 p.m. and it is 30 degrees here in Melbourne today. And not only is it 30 degrees at 9 p.m. in Melbourne, my aircon does not work. Supposed to be getting fixed tomorrow, but right now I'm just sitting in my chair sweating. So that's lovely. Bear with me for just a second. I've almost finally got everything ready. Okay, I think we're pretty good. There is some dog going nuts outside my house. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't think it's my dog because it would be louder. So that's how you can tell. It's nah, it's not loud enough to be my dog. Okay, so I've got a bottle of water here. It is not very full, but that's because I've been drinking it. I'll make it last me the hour, but yeah, definitely good reminder to stay hydrated, folks. Especially when you don't have AC and it's fucking hot. What is 30 degrees in Fahrenheit, just for reference? 30 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah, 86. It is 86 in my room. Not great. Not a fan. But, whatever. Is what it is. Hopefully AC should be back tomorrow. Okay, we are going to pull open all our stuff now. Lovely. Okay. So this is where we left off yesterday. We had started building our first level. Right? Super, super rough. I want to do there's going to be so many, so much iteration and work on this, and I'm probably going to reference a bunch of other 2D platformers. I really want to look at the level design of other platformers to see how they go, mainly Hollow Knight and Ori and the Blind Forest. I'm thinking I want to look at their tutorial areas and see what they're kind of like and how the level geometry is. Because right now I'm just fully guessing. Okay, but what we want to do is, so last time we spent a good amount of time fixing it so that the branch bug could face either direction. And we're able to do that with the help of this little toggle here, this face right toggle. All this does is just determine if our branch bug's gonna start facing right or facing left. So pretty straightforward. And if we toggle it off, then it'll go left instead. So if we pull up the scene, it'll start by traveling left instead of right, as we can see. Does it see me through the floor? That's a good question. Totally does. I would maybe want to block the branch bug's vision, but that's fine. We're just not going to worry about that for the moment. Okay, so we're gonna pop out and we're gonna click this. So basically what I wanted to point out is I want to do similar things for the other enemies. I want to make them kind of usable throughout. I want to have it that I have a bunch of values here that I can just edit and update. So here's all my default values for these. 8.1.5, but if I want to make them move faster, I can do it here. rather than having to go into the code every single time and do it, right? We do a bit more like rapid iteration just straight out of the editor. And in my code, I'm going to have these values set. So like if I go to the branch bug, for example, we'll have these values defaulted here. In this case, we have 8.0.0.3, which looks like I didn't go with here. So I think I'm going to update that in the prefab, actually. Or let's just test it, right? Like, that's what we should do. Let me swap this to 0.3 and then run it and then see what the speed is like. Because I don't actually know which one I'm happier with, right? Like, this is probably a bit better for like a, you know, more early game friendly enemy. It's not too fast. It's like pretty easy to juke, but that's kind of the point, right? We're not really trying to engineer anything that's like incredibly challenging. We just want like a really basic starting level for the player. So I think I am going to apply that to the prefab. So in here, I'll set this thing's charge speed to 0.3. And I think I'm going to have to update this one. No, it just went automatically updated. Okay, cool. All right, lovely. And we can see, I should probably like name this scene, right? Can I do that? How do I, just F2? How do I name this scene? If I go new scene, untitled, how do I name you though? What? Oh, that's cool. It's opening up the prefab in the world view. Interesting. Okay, how do I rename this scene? There should be an easy way to do this, I imagine. I haven't really worked with multiple scenes in Unity. Unload scene. Ooh, load scene. Interesting. Remove scene. How do I rename it? So F2 doesn't work. Let's just Google it. Unity, how to rename scene. Oh, you do it from project assets scenes. That's so weird. Why can you not just... You should be able to edit it here as well. I don't know why. I don't know why you have to do it out of the project, whatever you call it, project view hierarchy thing. We're gonna call this just tutorial. Okay, what is next on this? It's Pokemon. Okay, all right, that's a 5. All right, what are we doing? So branch bug, we have working both ways. Awesome. We want to do similar thing for Slooper, and I want to add configurable values for my Spooter. I think the Spooter is going to be the easier thing to do, so we're going to start with that. And for now, what I'm going to do is I'll just copy a Spooter and yoink it, and I'll put it, let's just say, where do I want to put it? I can put it like here. So I want to make it so that it has like a configurable range, right? That's the main thing I want to do, which is honestly like not that difficult. So let's where's the script for the Spooter? It's here, right? Can I just navigate to the script? Open script. Oh my god. Why is this so annoying? Also, how do I get out of this? What did I do? Okay. Or it just doesn't let you, whatever. I can just navigate to it myself. Alright, we're going to go to the Spooter. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to set these bounds. That's the important thing. As well as that... So this is the height at which the Spooter will go up and down. And then I also want like an X range. So where do we fire the alert box? It's right here. And the range is based off of preset values, so obviously we don't want that. Okay, we're gonna have a bunch of serialized values. Let's do this. So similar to how we do it with the branch bug, we're gonna do the same thing here. And we're gonna copy the same comments we're using on the branch bug actually. So editable properties, private properties. Should probably be consistent with my capitalization. Okay, and I'm gonna rename them because we want to be a bit, we want to be a bit more clear with our naming. So these are just, okay, that's fine. Do I even care about giving these default values? I probably don't. Maybe I do want to give them stuff. Where are they assigned right now? Upper bound is equal to their Y position, which I probably do actually want to leave. But I can make it that you can override it too. Like that's, oh no, I can't because I set it in the start. Yeah, that's okay. I think I wouldn't want to adjust the Y value, so I can probably just leave that. And then lower bound. Okay, and then let's just make a couple others. So we'll have private float for, what did I call it for branch bug? Vision. I mean, do I always want to have the same vision both ways? I probably do. Yeah, I think I do, honestly. Private float vision range. And I have to add this serialized field tag to these. So that they are accessible in Unity. I'm going to give lower bound a default of 4. Oh, but it's based off the upper bound. I can override it on start, right? That's the whole point. Oh, you know what I should do? Yeah. Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll make this a separate value. I'll make this like upper bound position, and then I'll have another one for lower bound position. And then we'll have it that lower bound position is equal to upper bound minus, should be upper bound position actually. Upper bound position minus lower bound. And currently upper bound position is just going to be equal to the Spooters thing. So that's fine. No, do I even like this? No, actually I kind of dislike this too. Okay, what I'm going to have it be... I mean, look, it's just becoming semantics at this point. It's like, what do you want to call everything? I'm going to have... I'm going to have this remain here as it was. And what I'll instead do is I'll call this drop. Drop length. Yeah, let's do drop length. And then we can just replace this 4 with drop length. Okay, okay. I think this is what I'm happy to settle on. Equals 4, not minus 4. All right, and then for vision range, this by default I'll set to like 8. But we can change that in the editor to whatever we feel like. And where are we? We're going to set it here. As long as our xdiff is less than or equal to 5, and the Y diff... Oh, it's based on this stuff. Check to see if Spooter's in range of player. Where am I using the bounds, though? Oh, the bounds get used in movement, right. But I want to have a different thing for vision range now. Maybe I'll lower it a bit, make it 6. Okay, so this is how far away the player is from us. Check to see if Spooter... So I need the Y difference to be greater than 0, which means they're below us. Our position minus the player. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to do it the other way around. I want it to be... If I'm checking if they're below me, then I want to use negative, right? I think it's just a bit more clear. So Y def is less than 0. They should be below me in the negatives. And then I also want it to be greater than negative drop length. Okay, and then xdiff is going to be less than or equal to, this is going to be vision range. Oh, this is not going to be drop length. It's going to be drop length plus an amount. Okay, I guess I'm going to have an X vision range and a Y vision range then. Which by default, I guess I'll leave 6. Then we'll serialize this as well. Okay, and then instead of using drop length, we'll use negative Y vision range. And then we also want to make sure that X is less than or equal to... So we're just taking the absolute value, which is how far the player is away from us, and it's going to be X vision range here. Okay, and with all this, we should be able to test everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my drop length. If I go into here and I look at my script, which is on the parent object. Okay, we have all these. They have default values. I want to make my drop length... It's equal to the spooter's position, right? It's from the spooter. Lower bound is equal to upper bound minus drop length. Upper bound is the spooter's transform position. Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to make it go to at most here. And so let's start with that. 7. Oh, sorry. The drop length is 7. And so then the vision range... Oh, the vision range should be based on where the spooter is then, probably, right? I think I kind of prefer that, actually. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I changed my mind a bit, actually. So it'll be a 6-6 box around the spooter, and then I can probably just math.abs at both sides then. And in which case it doesn't really matter which order I do the subtraction in, because you'll get the same results, but I'll be consistent. And in this case, I just want to check that both ranges are less than or equal to their vision ranges, their respective vision ranges. So I'm going to get the difference. I'm going to always get the positive value of the distance. And it's going to be based on the spooder. So instead of this, I want spooder.transform.position. Which this makes more sense. You should be doing detection based off the spooder's position, not off the web. That'd be kind of dumb. Not off the rope, I mean. Okay, and so with this, I'm going to go 766. But I'll have the default for it be 466, I think. So it'll go down to at most here, and it should have a 6x6 radius around it where it can see us. So we'll see if it comes any lower. It looks like it's coming down. I don't know if it leans, if it's more likely to go further down or further up. Okay, so from here I should be able to like enter its range. I should probably make a version of this sprite that doesn't have the angry eyebrows. Like the angry eyebrows should probably be like the aggro sprite. Okay, so if I do this and jump, it's now got me, and it's gonna shoot at me. Okay, it only was in range of me long enough to shoot once. Apparently it's not in range here. If it comes down a little further, it should notice me and stop moving. Come on, buddy. I'm pretty sure it's working as intended. I mean, good to see though that it seems to be relatively balanced between going up and down. Okay, it's in range of me right now. Okay. So it can see me, it'll shoot at me, it'll keep shooting at me if I go out of range, but only for 3 seconds, and then it'll resume, and I can go back into range, like so. It'll come in shooting at me again. So it kind of shoots 1 bullet at you after you go out of range, maybe 2, depending on the timing. But okay, the web actually looks decent as well. I'm pretty happy with that. It does actually just look like it's coming out of the tree. Oh, off the tree branch, that is. Ah, this guy we gotta do so much work for, I think. This guy needs a lot of work. Oh, it's just doing the math is tough. Two spooters here, they're both gonna shoot at me. I probably won't actually have this kind of layout, but whatever, for now it's what I got. I could honestly add a 3rd branch bug. Another thing I gotta do is I gotta be able to start a branch bug below. I wanna be able to start a branch bug on the bottom of the tree. And that'll require me to do some additional stuff. I have to have like a starting angle and other things. Or maybe like starting orientation and then direction is the other one. But okay, so I'm pretty happy in terms of the spooder now for how we've kind of parameterized it, which is good. I want to go into the thing and set it to 466. Okay, which is fine. That's what I want. Because I don't actually want to be able to drop 7. I mean, I could in some places, but I mean, that's the point of having it be configurable. This is the one I'm most likely to change. The vision range will probably be consistent across spooters. I just haven't decided what a good range is yet, that's all. And maybe we want it to be able to see further vertically than horizontally. Okay, and this leaves us with the most pain in the ass enemy to program of all, the Slooper. I'm gonna yoink this guy from where he's sitting. Actually, I'll just make a clone of him, whatever. And I want to put him over here. Now, first thing I need to check is, does he shoot through the platform? Because if he doesn't, in fact, I'm certain he doesn't. This is probably just not a good spot for him then. And he shoots me when he's close, when I'm close. It's actually pretty good until you're, like, further away. I guess for the purpose of testing, I don't actually care about it looking proper, so I can put it over here and test it. So the big thing is, I need it to hit me from further away, right? Like, look at how far off it is. It's so far off. It doesn't taper hard enough is the issue. So we're gonna do some math. And I'm debating... Last time I just did it myself. I mean, I say I'm gonna do math. All I'm really gonna do is plot graphs until I find a graph that looks good. I also need to be able to turn the slooper around. That's also important. So I need another direction-facing thing like the branch bug has. So let's start by parameterizing the slooper and adding a change direction, and then we'll worry about getting the rest to work. So all of these are going to become parameterized. I think I'm going to have... I think I'm going to have one X bound. And it'll base that on which way it's facing. So we're going to copy the same thing that the branch bug has for flipping it around. If face right do all this crap, it's going to be a bit different, but somewhat will be the same. So we're not going to use angle increment or angle. We are going to flip it if it's facing right though. Which I'm realizing that's going to be really annoying because I'm not going to be able to line it up. That's actually a massive pain. Okay, for the slooper, it might be easy to just make a left and a right one then. Just so I don't have to line it up. Because the alternative would be you have an anchor on the point where you place it, but the slooper I made the anchor point be at the mouth, because that's where it spawns the projectile. Just made that a bit easier. But I might change that in the future anyway, though. It's tough. I mean, I think it's kinda easy for now for me to just make two, and I can change it later, is probably what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I do reckon. So I'll have slooper left, which is what I'm gonna call this, and I'll make slooper right. So slooper right, if I go into this prefab, is just gonna have a Z scale of -1 instead. Oh wait, no, it's not Z, it's X, isn't it? Yeah. So -1 on the X scale, otherwise position will be the exact same. And this one's obviously gonna be called slooper right. And in this case, I guess I will, if I'm just gonna flip it like this, then I guess I am just going to go with 2 bounds, like that's fine. I don't like this implementation. Because what I'm thinking is later down the line, if I were to go with this enemy, I want its mouth to like rotate up and down, which means I'm gonna have to change the position of this projectile anyway. So it kind of would make more sense for the anchor point to be on this vertical line regardless, and then I could just rotate it. But like that's assuming, you know, I had like animations going and then I didn't like scrap the enemy, which very possible. So I guess for right now, I just won't worry about it. I will just serialize these fields. I don't know if I'm gonna give them defaults. I guess I should, regardless. Let me follow the same stuff. I cut all of these out. drop them all up here. And make sure they're all serialized. Okay. And we'll give them defaults. So I think by default, I'm going to give them Y bounds of like 6 maybe. And X bounds of like 12. Now, obviously, I don't want it to be able to shoot in both directions, but they're just going to be the defaults. It's kind of dumb to have an upper X bound and a lower X bound. Oh yeah, this needs to be neg 12 and neg 6. That's a good point. Oh, actually, where am I doing this? Yeah, I think it makes a bit more sense to make them negative. Okay, I'll just do that, whatever. And I'm not going to set them here. They'll be set up the top. And if I look at this and I go into the prefabs, I'll update these. So script here, I'm going to use, by default, I'll have 6, 6. And then the left one is going to have 0 upper bound, but a lower bound of neg 12. Also, the lower Y bound needs to be negative, I need to remember. Let's use range. Also using it, yeah, I was using vision range. Okay, I'm gonna be consistent. Let's just be consistent. Alright, there we go. Let this reload. The names will have changed, but otherwise it's the same. Okay, so it's going to be able to see, it's going to be able to detect 6 units up, 6 units down, and 12 units to the left, and 0 units flat. This is what I want. And for right, it's going to be the opposite. This is going to be 0, but otherwise the same. And that's going to be the default. Okay, and then I'm going to have to look at the ones in the scene. Okay, they were just given they were updated with the values the prefab had, which is good. So it should be able to see me from 12 units away, which is how close? Here. Okay, and then otherwise it's going to work fine. Super right's going to do the exact same thing. I guess I should drag one in though. Let me just go over to the scene and temporarily drag one over here. Let me just make sure it also notices me from here. There we go. Okay, it sees me and it works the exact same. Okay, cool. So it works both sides. It's spawning the projectile at the right spot. All the speeds are working. Okay. So we're happy with that. What I need to do next is, I guess we're just going to work on getting the slooper to be a bit more accurate then. Put the slooper there, and I'll put the player over here. So we're overshooting, as we can see, pretty obviously. How far away can I get? This is as far as I can get. Oh, it's actually interesting that the aggro range is a little... I'm realizing now. When we check to see if we're in aggro range... Am I doing a hitbox call at all? Am I doing any hitboxing? There's no box casting at all here, right? No, there isn't. Okay, never mind. I thought the ranges were different because I was like box casting to detect when I enter, but position to check when I leave, but that's just not happening at all. It's just all position based. There is no box casting because there's only one entity the enemies care about, and that's the player. So there's no need. Like with collisions, it's important that we box cast because there could be, you know, I don't have to like grab every single scenery object every time I try to do any collision check. So it's easier to just cast and be like, all right, well, is there anything there? If so, stop, please. So interestingly, when I get hit, I'm pretty sure when I get hit, my sprite layer is like lower. Yeah. Interesting. I go behind the stuff when I get hit, which is not ideal. Dunk. Dude, there's some like deboosting tech there for sure. Okay, alright, here's the fun bit. Are you ready? We're back in the Slooper class, and we're gonna look at this god-awful code that I was writing. Where is it? Oh, it's in the Slooper ball, right? Okay. Okay. So we need to work on this graph, right? Now, from what I remember, I could slow down my X speed a bit. So slowing down the X speed's good because it makes the projectile a little easier to dodge. So I don't mind doing that. It does mean that I have to change the log though. Like that's the problem, is that depending on the X speed, the log needs to be way different. So for 0.8, see how like this is barely hitting me here. Here it doesn't even hit, right? But from further distances, it's way more accurate. So my log is still not good because it starts too low. It works better at long distance because it's hitting me, but yeah, it's like not scaling properly with distance. Now the issue is, right, that, okay, so like I can like actually try to do math here, yeah? So what are the factors at play? I, the player, am standing a certain distance away, so I guess I can use, let's use this real fast. How visible is that? That's pretty visible. Okay, we can see this. Alright, so I'm the player and I'm standing over here. And here, the Slooper's like over here. Right? And it's shooting balls. Boop. And the ball, we want to do this, basically. Like something like this. We want it to follow an arc. We want it to go whoop, and then down. Like that. Should be something to that effect, right? It doesn't have to be like perfect, but like pretty much. So our inputs, yeah, we have an X speed. And the X speed determines how fast it's traveling in the direction towards the player. And the other thing we have is this initial Y speed, which is also going to play a role in this. And then lastly, we have gravity. Now, the X speed and the Y speed determine how long the ball's going to stay in the air for. Right? In fact, no, that's not even true. The ball staying in the air is purely determined on the Y speed. That's literally Y speed and gravity is going to give us... Oh, and height. That's actually also important. So we care about height. So we're going to have this as a height. So we got to do some like actual math here, right? So we have this Y height. Maybe I should just be doing this in the full screen. Where are we? This one. So we have this Y height, and we have gravity, which is a constant downwards force, And we also have the initial burst of Y speed, which I'll call S. It's like our initial speed, right? And so the question is, how long does it take to hit the ground? And then after we determine how long it takes to hit the ground, we can also determine how far it's going. Now, one of the issues is, well, actually, we don't care about how long it's going to take to hit the ground. We just care about when it's going to hit where the player would be. That's all we actually care about. So we're aiming for this point. So the Y value is actually going to be, is this proponent here, right? But I'll use this because it's close enough. I'm also, in typical me fashion, I'm doing this on the wrong layer. Let me quickly mock it up again real fast. So here we have player. We have Slooper over here. Meh. It's gonna fire a ball. Ball's gonna follow an arc. Something like this. And our factors in play are the Y height, the initial burst of speed in the Y direction, and the constant force of G. Now, we can do math to figure all these out, which I'm probably going to do. If I can do this. Okay, so how long is it going to take to hit to get to reach this height? That's what we care about. When is it going to reach this height? So, initial speed is going to get slowed by a steady amount. Acceleration doesn't change. Acceleration always stays the same. But our height is going to change. So what are the actual values? Are they on the Slooper? Let me quickly go back. I don't think they are. I think they're just in here. So we've given... I don't need this raycast or this layer mask here. Am I using them in Spootable as well? No. Oh wait, I do need these. Why were they grayed out? Did I need these? Oh, because I've just removed the bit where I was doing the collision stuff. Anyway, okay, that's fine. Gravity, I'm using 0.4. Okay. Initial speed is set to... direction Y plus 5. So it's modifiable, right? We can change it. Currently it's set to some negative value, probably, and then we add 5 to it. It's equal to the height plus 5. Okay. So our initial speed is also this Y plus an additional factor, which in this case is 5. So it's plus 5. But otherwise they're the same. Let's say, for convenience sake, that the Y distance is 0. Like, let's just theoretically do Y as 0, yeah? I think that's the easiest place to start. So if we assume Y is 0, then we're still firing an arc. It's just going to look something like that instead. Which is fine. So we're going to fire up at a Y speed of 5. And every fixed update, we're going to reduce it by 0.4. And then move it. So it's 4.6, 4.2. I can quickly do it, right? We just have to add all them up. There's gotta be, like, there's just a bloody fast way to do this, right? Like, how do I make this as a graph? I'm starting at 0, 0. Y is equal to... I need to like shift it twice, right? To get this quadratic, it's gonna be a negative value because that's my speed. So it's like negative 0.4, right? Negative 0.4 x to the power of 2. Okay. And then let's assume... The problem is I need to know the max height amount. How do I get that? Because I can't just... If I just do it with translation, it's not going to help me, right? I think I like need to get the derivative of the acceleration or some shit. Yeah, that is what it is, right? I need to get the derivative. Okay, well, okay, actually, yeah. Okay. Math, oh my god, I'm doing it. Okay. So, like, remembering how to do this shit. So, what is the acceleration? Well, the acceleration is... it starts at 5, so x plus 5, but it is being reduced by negative 0.4, right? And then I just need the derivative of this. What do I need the anti? I need the antideriv. Is this correct? Doesn't look right. This is distance over frames. I mean, maybe this just is correct. Is it? Probably is. So this would say it would take 25 fixed updates to go up and down, which probably checks out, honestly. Like, all right. So what I've done here is, by the power of math, if we put the slooper at the same Y value as the player, let me delete this booter for a second. I put the player here, and I give the slooper the same Y value, approximately, it doesn't have to be perfect, which is gonna be like here-ish. I'm expecting it to take 25? So like half a second to go up and down, or to reach the same Y location that it started at. It should take half a second, which I think just sounds correct. Maybe I don't know if it's better to put my player closer or further, but let's start. I just want to see. How do I mean, I probably could check this, but I think I'm right. I mean, this is basically the graph I'm looking at. So y is equal to 5x minus 0.2x squared is what I have now. And this is just me figuring out this curve, basically. In fact, if I were to pull open the graph that I have, which I probably could, just open it. Do I want to do this right now? Maybe I do. The graph that I have on my screen is literally, is just this. How do I reopen my bookmarks bar? Hello? Show bookmarks. I like went to hide it. To like show it on stream, then I was like, actually, I'm just not gonna do that. But yeah, the graph that I have on screen is exactly this curve, so that's cool. Basic math, hooray. Now the question is, how the hell does this help me? Well, it tells me when it's gonna hit the spot, right? Because now what I can do is I can adjust. I could adjust this 5. So I could do 2, and it's going to get me a different distance. Because now it goes to 10. Or 10 takes me to 50. And so all I'd have to do now then is check where the player is. Now the problem is that it's not only the X that's relevant, it's also the Y. Because what if I'm aiming at below me or above me? That's also pretty important. Plus, what was it for plus 2? And if I go further away, it's the same. All that's changing is the X speed. Like, that's it. It's gonna help me, like, at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure I want to use a log graph. Like, that's what I'm doing here. The thing is, what I'm wondering is, can I, like, modify, can I determine what my log value should be based off these input parameters and the position to figure out exactly what log I should be using? Because I don't think, like, one log is gonna be applicable to, like, everything. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just incorrect. I mean, like, the log is really just dependent on what this X speed is, right? Like, that's all it is. Because once you have this, once you know what the X speed is, then you don't have to adjust any of this stuff. It's like, am I happy with this being the X speed? Because if I am, I should just adjust the log to fit this. But, like, you can probably mathematically, given the X speed, figure out what the log's supposed to be. And then you could dynamically adjust the log based on the X speed, right? That'd be like an actual mathematics exercise. I bloody know people that would be good at this. But, yeah, I would just have to, like, reach out and ask them. Like, yo, give me a hand. Here's a problem. Help me solve it. Do some math for me. Anyway, I'm just gonna... Okay. Do I like this speed? I think this speed's fine. I'm just gonna tinker around with values now until we get something that looks alright. So let's go. I think 5 is like a bit too high for my liking. It's like shooting too high. Maybe that's fine though. Because it needs to be able to offset. Well, it's this number multiplied by this log anyway. I think I'm gonna maybe drop it to like 3. What does it look like if I drop it to 3 when I'm sitting flat? Alright, maybe 5 is just fine. We just leave it at 5 then. I just don't like how high it's shooting. It's shooting like really high. It goes all the way up here. It's like a huge difference between 5 and 3, no? Okay, and now I need to taper it or not taper it. I guess the issue with having a slower speed is that to shoot a longer distance, you kind of want to adjust the X speed as well, no? Oh god, this is such a pain in the ass. Okay, I think I want to modify the X speed based on the distance as well. Maybe not. That's just like too much effort, right? I just make the X speed 1, fuck it. It's gonna set it to be flat. So this is what we currently have. Like, the issue with not changing the X speed is that if you want the projectile to shoot further, the solution is just to make it shoot higher. That's it. Like, you just don't shoot it as high. Which, I mean, like, maybe it's like, whatever, like, who cares? You just accept that that's what it's gonna be. Like, you can see how high it shoots when I'm this close, like this close, for example. And then if I'm really far away, it's gonna shoot like super high. So I need to taper it more, which we're gonna look at. Y is equal to 5 log x plus 2 is what I currently have it set to. Oh wait, no, hold on. X plus 2 in here. Yes, that's what I've got it right now as, and it's not tapering enough. So how do I make it taper more? I'm trying to remember. What if I do 2 log x? Yeah, I think that's how you taper it. Maybe like 1.2. Well, let me try 1.5 first. I'll just see how it looks. Where are we? 1.5f multiplied by this number. Oh wait, hold on. Multiplied by this number, my bad. Shooting so high. Shooting further now? It is. I like goofed that one up. I swear I was looking different. Okay, hold on. Let's do the inverse then. Let's do like 0.8. Probably not gonna go for much longer actually, because I kind of want to go out and do some stuff. still shooting way too far. Okay, what happens if I make this like really low? What's the impact on the arc? It's just like generally lower. Too low. Okay, like that's hitting. It's just not really what I want, huh? Because I think at the end of the day, I have to modify the front value. Oh, it's just such a pain. I don't know. I'm just bad at this shit. Like, this one's just even overshooting from here, though. Like, it's fine up close. But, like, it's so quickly, it gets too much. What is this +2 doing? Oh, it's the translation, right? To be fair, I think there is like way too much ramping up. Like 3 log x plus 5. Probably like a good medium +4 maybe. I did 10. Okay, actually I think I'm kind of getting somewhere. Okay. I feel like I'm kind of getting this. +2. Okay, so that's just sliding that. This is gonna change the... way too high now. Okay, what were we originally? We were like 5. And the thing is, I just want to have that. Okay. Hold on. Hold the phone. -5. I'm gonna slide the graph. It needs to be +5. I always forget that the X translations are the opposite way to what you put in. Okay, I want this, and then I want to drop it. I think +5 was too much there. +3 maybe. Even that's too much. That's +1. Five log x +2 +1. I mean, I can try this. May as well give it a look. Too far already. It's a bit better at the start. But it's worse at the end, which I guess makes sense. I'm literally just adding more Y speed to it. So, okay, hold on. Is 5 where I want the speed to start at? If I'm like really close, how much speed do I want? 5 is like a perfectly fine starting speed. The problem is that as I get further out, I'm climbing way too fast. This is the problem that I've had the whole time. How do I get the climb slower? I just gotta reduce this number, right? Like, what if I do this and then I just add 5? Like maybe this is gonna be way better. So I'll do 3 log x plus 2 plus 5. Okay, that's a good start. Now the issue with like adding 5 is it's always gonna shoot like really high, no matter what. Still hitting me, but it's not gonna hit me for long. Okay, so now it's curving out too far. Okay, I'm gonna mess with this some more. So what if I slide it more to the left, like +6? Even more than that, honestly. Let's go like +7. And then I will drop this value. 3 log x. Oh, wait, I need this value. Hold on. Wait, what was this value doing? Hello? Huh? Wait, am I tripping? What the hell am I looking at? Dude, I wish I knew how like any of this shit worked. +7. And if I do +0, what does it look like? Okay. So if I add 7 to it, it should literally just be raising it, right? Like, obviously, it just raises it. What the hell's going on in this graph? But okay. So then what does this do? +10. It slides it to the left. Okay, that's what I actually want. +5. And then reduce this back down to like 3. Still too much. 1. Let's try that. I got a new graph. What was the graph? 3 log x plus 5 plus 1. I'm gonna remove this f. I'm actually using floats right now. Okay. Shooting too low. But it's way more accurate. Okay, let me bump it to like +2 then. Just gonna give it additional height. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. Pretty good. Okay, you know what? I think that's a win. I think we take that and I don't have to worry about this shit anymore. I want to see what happens if I'm below it. If it's any good or if it's garbage now. Oh my god, it's actually pretty good. I actually just made a log that... It's actually so good, what the hell? Wait, I accidentally did it. I just tweaked the numbers and then eventually it just hits. It just hits everywhere. Holy shit, and it works from above too? Surely? Okay, a bit sketch when you're above. But it's still hitting you. My god, I just found a magic log. 3 log x. What was it? 3 log x plus 5 plus 2. And it's the magic. It's the magic number for whatever this given value is. It just works. Okay, and we never touch this. Never touch this. Holy shit, it works. Okay. Alright. I think with that, I'm good to close the stream off. I want to go out and do some well, I'm just going to grab an ice cream, I'll be honest. That's it. It's too fucking hot in here. Alright, where are we? Okay. Alright, thanks everyone who stopped by for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the stream. It was a good one. I will catch you around. Have a great day. And yeah, see ya.